Serious, what is it like to have children you don't want? Using an alt. Because my main can be linked back to me and I'm going to get very real. I had a perfect pregnancy. I was super cautious. Took my prenatal vitamin every day. Never drank. Walked away if someone was smoking near me. Etc. My child is severely special needs. She's autistic. But on the severe end with global developmental delay, which is just a nice way of saying mentally disabled. She is 6 but is now just learning to potty train. She is nonverbal but thankfully understands simple directions. She screams for hours off and on at a time every day, and when she isn't screaming she is making noises. She doesn't interact like a normal child and treats other people more like inanimate objects rather than people. No affection. No emotion. No interaction aside from pulling me to the fridge to get her food or handing me her toy so I can fix something on it. I don't feel like a mom. I feel like a caregiver. I get little joy in taking care of her and I am constantly worn down. I'm exhausted. This pandemic has destroyed what little sanity I had left, as I can't even get a small break because there is no school. This is going to sound absolutely terrible and this is why I'm using an alt. But raising her is not like raising a child. You raise a child to be a decent adult, you teach them manners, respect, education and kindness, and you hope that as they grow up they will make friends, get good grades in school and go on to have a fulfilling life. This feels like I am raising a very high maintenance pet that will not evolve into anything more. For me, I am just keeping her alive. I am keeping her fed, clothed, warm, safe and happy. It feels like I have been taking care of a baby for the past 6 years. She progresses very slowly and very little. I am hoping by the time she is in her 20s we can maybe have a simple 1 or 2 sentence conversation, or maybe she can have the attention span to watch and understand a movie. I still talk to her and play with her, but it's so discouraging after years of not getting anything back. I mainly just snuggle with her on the couch while she plays with her tablet. It's one of the few ways we really bond. She likes toys and simple games on her tablet. So I buy her lots of them to keep her busy and hope that they keep her content so she isn't screaming and hitting herself. I see children much younger than her having full conversations with their parents and I get so jealous. I see them telling their parents they want burgers for lunch, or talking about a fun thing they want to do or whatever. And I can't even imagine how easy my life would be if she could just communicate simple things like that. It's so tough. I take her to the playground and the other kids ask why she won't talk or play with them pre-COVID days. We go out to the grocery store and she has a full meltdown and we have to leave our cart behind. We go out to eat and she can't sit still and wants to get up and run around the restaurant, so we have to leave. She's only getting bigger and taller and she's getting harder to manage. She hits herself and others. Sometimes she smears her poop all over the wall. She slams her head into the wall and furniture when she's frustrated, which is often, like multiple times a day. She broke a window with her head a few weeks ago and I was scared spitless she was going to need stitches. But luckily she somehow came out unharmed aside from a bruised forehead. I don't know how I am going to handle her when she is a teen and as big as me. I don't like to think about it. If I knew this was going to be my life, I would have never had her. When I was pregnant, my husband and I agreed that if we found out the fetus was going to have Down syndrome or some other special needs we would abort. You cannot detect autism in the womb. My husband and I have aged 20 years. We're overweight from stress eating. We're constantly on edge that she's going to give herself a concussion because she self-harms and we cannot stop it every time. We're sleep deprived. No sex life. Our brains are fried from all the screaming and constant noise. We argue and are short-tempered with each other. We are empty shells of what we used to be. Imagine having a monkey on your back 24/7 that just screamed and hit you. It breaks a person. We've been in weekly therapy for years and I probably break down at least once a month during a session. I never ever thought we'd have a special needs kid. There's no family history. And like I said, I took amazing care of myself while pregnant. She was planned. My husband and I waited until we were financially stable to have her. We did everything right. We wanted more children but now have decided not to have any more because it would be too much stress. I mourn what could have been. I wonder all the time how my life would be if she was a typical kid. If you want to put yourself in the headspace of a parent who has a profoundly special needs child, watch the movie Vivarium. It's about a couple who get stuck in this weird suburb that they cannot escape and are forced to raise this strange alien childlike being until they die of exhaustion. It's an odd science fiction alien/monster type of movie that's meant to be pure fantasy, but for me it was the realest movie I have ever watched. But even after all of that, I still love her so much and won't put her in a care center or in foster care. I'd be worried sick that she was being neglected or abused. When she's an adult, we're either going to turn our basement into a living space for her and hire an aide to help her, or we'll put her in an adult special needs home and visit her frequently to make sure she is okay. I just hate that it has to be this way. None of us deserve this life. If you see parents with special needs kids out at the store or mall or wherever, please just be patient and kind. This post hit me hard. And I am not one to get emotional over Reddit posts. I just wanted to acknowledge your story since you put it out there. Life dealt you a very steepy hand. It is deeply unfair. But it seems like you are doing everything you can to make the best of it. Just know you have the admiration of an internet stranger. And I really hope things get better for you. It set the tone for the rest of my life. One of those hindsight is 20/20th things. I honestly believe if I'd never had a kid, particularly as young and alone as I was in a very socially backwards area, I'd have made a lot more of myself. I know that could be taken as self-rationalization for lack of trying and failures. But I also know how I felt. How I have never bonded with my kid. And how both our lives could have been a lot better had I either waited to have her, or let another couple adopt her like I wanted but was forced out of the choice. I was conceived to replace a baby boy that died. My mom was so disappointed I was a girl. She forgot my name for a while. And now I have two middle names. I had a brother growing up who was favored by both my parents. But he really was amazing. He was my favorite too. He died 5 years ago in a motorcycle wreck. And I'm the least favorite. My mom admitted this freely. Also, I am the last remaining child. Also, I don't care that my parents are disappointed that I was the one that survived. I've made myself who I want to be. I only talk to my dad occasionally. And my mom became an alcoholic. Because 2 of her kids died. I don't talk to her. Shrug. My life is separated from theirs. And I encourage other people to cut off the cancerous people. Even if it's your parents. It's liberating. I appreciate this comment. I don't think my parents regretted having me. But they conceived me without learning how to make their marriage work. Or addressing their psychological problems, and with expectations of me taking care of them when they got old. They are both very unstable and my childhood was riddled with hatred and abuse. But I still feel guilty about resenting them because I sympathize with their trauma. It's very hard to fully cut them off for that reason, despite knowing they have caused me a lot of trauma too. But moving out was a good step forward and extremely freeing. I'm glad you made a better life for yourself without them. It's pretty inspiring. I know someone who was diagnosed with MS and had 5 kids because each pregnancy her MS got better. She was a terrible mother. No involvement with her kids. Imagine growing up and at some point you figure out you were a medical treatment your mother was using to not have MS episodes. How does pregnancy help MS exactly? I'm pretty sure that it's because MS is an autoimmune disease. When you're pregnant, your body's immune response drops so you don't boot the baby. And it will ease the flares. Edit typo. Whoa, that is weird. I'm a kid to a mother with MS and hers got worse over the course of her pregnancy. I turned out completely normal, but she lost the ability to walk for about 10 years. Pregnancy does actually unpredictable things to the immune system. I was diagnosed with asthma for the first time in my life during pregnancy, and although my allergies to our cat were minimal, they went into complete overdrive during pregnancy. The allergist I saw said pregnancy is like that because of the changes in immunity. Some have no change. Some get better. And some get worse. So pregnancy is a gamble. It always has been.
Hey guys, if you like this video, then smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more contents like this. And don't forget to press that bell icon to get notified for future videos. Thanks for watching. Click here to see more videos.